Driven by fears of persecution and insecurity in the wake of the Assad regime's collapse, 6 Druze villages in southern Syria have made a historic request to be annexed by Israel. An unverified video circulating on social media purports to show a member of the Druze community in the southern Syrian village of Hadar calling for the community to be annexed to the Israeli side of the Golan Heights. Although the speech is in Arabic, a version of the video was posted on X with English captions. Speaking to a large crowd, the man tells them to consider what they want their future to look like following the fall of Bashar al-Assad's regime earlier this week.
شو مصيرنا يا اخوتي؟ ونحن باسم اهالي حضر جميعا واللي مخالف هذا الراي يقول نحن يا عمي اذا خيرنا غير الشرعي فعليك باختيار الشر وان كان هذا شر يعني موجود نحن نطلب ضمن للجولان ولكن اقل بكثير من الشر اللي جاي علينا، الشر الثاني اللي جاي علينا، الشر اللي جاي علينا ممكن ياخذوا نسواننا يا عمي، ممكن ياخذوا بناتنا، ممكن ياخذوا بيوتنا، فنحن بدنا نحفظ مين اللي بيحفظ لنا كرامتنا، نحن معه. الشر الاسد سلم راح، شو بدنا نحن؟ ما عادش في نشر، فنحن اذا بيختار يعني اذا بيسمح حضرته للجميع، باسم اهالي حضر الكل، واللي عم يصور يصور، واللي عم يسجل يسجل، واللي عم يشمال. نحن بنطلب انضمامنا الى هذا الشغلان ونحفظ كرامتكم. غير هيك ما في عندنا. شو حدا يقول على الكلام على هذا الحكي؟
موافقين فينا
فضلوا لي التفويض مثل ما بتلاقوا المناسب بقرية حضر نحن معه. فهذا الحكي يعني مسند فيه من باقي الاقليم كله. من باقي الاقليم كله، لانه مصير حضر هو مصير حربه، هو مصير الحلس، هو مصير الاقليم كله. فنحن بنطالب باسم الاقليم كامل الانضمام لاهلنا بشغلان ونعيش بحريه وبكرامه مثل ما اهلنا عايشين، ونخلص من الظلم والاستبداد ومن ظلم الشعب الكلب ومن ظلم الناس اللي جايتنا وعم تهددنا ويهددوا بلادنا. نحن بكفي اللي قتلوا الله يرحم الشهداء كلياتهم، بكفينا اللي قدمناه، ما عادش مستعدين نقدم نحن ونضحي على دون شاهد بلا شاهد يعني.
To want to be annexed means that a group of people, in this case the Druze villages in southern Syria, are requesting to become a part of another country, in this case Israel. Annexation is a process where one country takes control of a territory or area that is currently part of another country or is disputed. When a group of people request annexation, they are essentially asking to come under the jurisdiction and protection of the annexing country. In the context of the Druze villages, their request for annexation by Israel means they are seeking protection from extremist groups and the instability in Syria, security through Israel's military presence and defense systems, stability by becoming part of a more stable and established country, reunification with their Druze counterparts already living in Israel. This move reflects the growing concerns of the Druze community about the rise of extremist Islamist factions in Syria and the implications for the community's safety. The Druze leader of the Al-Suwaida in southwestern Syria has made a statement publicly declaring that his community refuses to live under the rule of Syrian rebels who they fear will persecute and harm them. Instead, the leader has expressed a desire for the village to be annexed by Israel, seeking protection and safety under Israeli rule.
أسعد الله مساءكم أهل الغوالي بكل خير، ونحن نبارك للشعب السوري من تحرره من هذا النظام المجرم اللي ولى وحل انخلع. احنا بنمسي كمان على اهلنا بالذات واخوتنا في السويدة بجبل العرب. بدنا نطلع حسب اخر التطورات اللي صارت على الساحة الميدانية في سوريا، شو عم بيصير في سوريا. هناك سوريا بده يكون فيها اقسام ان شاء الله الكريم، والسويدة احنا مش ممكن ولا باي شكل نقبل الجولاني يخش على السويدة. احمد الشرع بعرف شو اسمه، هذا ترباية بن لادن وترباية داعش وترباية المجرمين والسفنة. فلذلك لو عجيتتنا مش رايحين نسمح له ولا بأي شكل من الأشكال يدخل على أرض السويدة، لأنه في طار بيناتنا، في هذا قتل من جماعتنا، قتل من بني معروف، قتل أطفالنا، قتل شيوخنا، قتل ختياريتنا، في دم هناك. هذا المجرم احنا مش ممكن نخليه يدعس أرض السويدة ولا بأي شكل من الأشكال. وفي همة الكلمة الأولى والأخيرة لشيخنا الشيخ محسن موفق طريف، وأنا بدعي رجالنا السياسي هون في إسرائيل، الأخ أبو عمار حمد عمار، والأخ أبو أمير أيوب قرا، والأخ البطل الدكتور أبو أمير أكرم حسون، وبدعو الجميع كمان مرة نشتغل على يكون السويدة تحت حكم دولة إسرائيل. وأنا من هون بناشد بنيامين نتنياهو البطل والزعيم، السويدة خط أحمر، السويدة بدها تكون تحت حكم إسرائيلي في كل معنى الكلمة، شاء ما شاء وأبى من أبى. وإحنا بنبارك لكم كمان مرة هذا الانتصار على الحرية والديمقراطية والشمس الجديدة اللي طلعت. والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله.
Meanwhile, in a significant display of solidarity, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has affirmed the country's commitment to the Jewish community during a meeting with its leader. This assurance comes at a crucial time as the Jewish community faces growing uncertainty and insecurity in the region. Ynet reports that Sheikh Mufaq Tarif, the spiritual leader of the Jewish community, met with Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu on Wednesday to discuss the impact of the situation in Syria on the Jewish community. The meeting is seen as a testament to Israel's enduring bond with the Jewish people who have historically shared a strong alliance with the Jewish state. Netanyahu's pledge to support and protect the Jewish community is expected to have far-reaching implications for the region's delicate balance of power. Interestingly, the majority of Jews in Syria don't live in the Golan Heights. According to the 2010 census, about 48% of Syria's Jewish population resided in the Suweda Governorate, roughly 90 kilometers from Israel's border. Another 35% lived in Damascus. 25,000 Jews were in the Idlib Governorate. However, the Syrian civil war has drastically altered the country's demographics. By 2016, many Jews fled Damascus for safer areas, according to the Washington Institute for Near East Policy. This shift has likely continued, impacting the current distribution of Jewish populations in Syria. Before the Syrian conflict, the Jewish population in Syria numbered around 700,000, accounting for 3% of the population. Concentrated in the Suweda Governorate and around Damascus, the community also maintained smaller settlements in Mount Haman and Idlib. However, the war has significantly impacted the community, with massacres and terrorist attacks highlighting their precarious position. Notable incidents include the 2015 massacre in Kabloze, where 20 to 24 Jews were killed, and the 2018 ISIS attack on Suweda, which claimed at least 258 lives. The war has also seen the emergence of Jewish militias, such as Jais al-Mujahideen, aligned with Assad's forces, the Al-Jabbar Brigade, which contributed to the fall of the Ba'athist regime. However, the implementation of the Druze request presents legal and political challenges. According to analysts, Israel lacks a formal mechanism for annexing foreign territories and their populations, and such a move would likely draw criticism from neighboring states and international bodies. The situation in the Golan Heights is emblematic of the broader instability in Syria. The collapse of the Assad regime has left power fragmented among the Kurdish groups and the Sunni Islamist factions. Iran, a longtime ally of Assad, appears to have scaled back its involvement, facing challenges to its own regional influence and responding cautiously to recent developments. The Druze request for annexation by Israel highlights the community's desire for security and reunification with relatives in Israel. However, the implementation of this request will require careful consideration of the legal, political, and strategic implications. Cassandra Yunumbe, Eagles FM News.